I am nearing the end of this build and figure it's a good time to catch you all up on some of the final things that I have left to do and where the build currently is. So looking here, we have the finished cab and the finished interior. Basically, I'm at the final assembly phase. There's a few final little things to do, but tonight's main goal is to have this thing assembled. So now would be a pretty good time just to kind of show you what all the parts look like and what work I've done. So in the last video we went over the weathering process on the cab. I've since gone in and finished the detailing, painted all the the cab badges, handles, trim, weather stripping, added the handles, bumper, painted the cowl. So the cab is all done, with the exception being the decals that are going to go on the door. I also did manage to modify the grill file that I had mentioned in the first video in order to make it fit the old MPC release. And also, the interior is fully done. One of my biggest things with this build that I would have done differently if I had a little bit more time is I would have loved to have printed a bench seat for this truck. Going for a work truck theme but not having a bench seat just hurts my brain a little bit. So I went with the standard interior. It's got the buckets. I threw a whole bunch of garbage in here. It might be easier to see from this angle. But there's a whole bunch of garbage in the floorboards. I got a spare air cleaner. Got a coffee in the dashboard. The dash has all been detail painted. And we got the chain steering wheel, just a little lowrider touch. I've also weathered the seats, just painted them red, and then did a little bit of white dry brushing. I actually covered the seats with painter's tape and used a like a ball tool to help it conform to the shape of the plastic. And then after painting, went in with an X-Acto blade and cut open some holes. And then painted those. I painted the bottom yellow to kind of give it like a yellow foam look. And that is pretty much the interior. I added some seat belts. But yeah, and then cab. You all saw most of it in the last video. I did finish detailing up the engine bay. There's brake booster, battery, all that kind of stuff. I do have to do a little bit of detail painting on the battery just to help it stand out. And then if we go back to the chassis, the motor is installed and is done. It is missing the air cleaner because that's going to come on in final assembly. But I went pretty heavy with the weathering on this. Basically just did like a brown wash to the whole thing. I did wire the distributor. I figured it just added a little bit of detail to it. But other than that, it is a box stock engine. I did go back and redesign the air cleaner because the air cleaner that comes with the kit is not accurate from my understanding. So here is the printed air cleaner that I did. So from what I could see, there's this extra metal tank right here that was not included on the kit piece. So I redesigned that and also redesigned it in a way that I could get a little more detail. I added an actual like wing nut to the top of the cleaner. I had another idea that I was going to do an open air cleaner to make it look like the car had been overheating. So I also printed a version in two pieces. So here's the bottom of the air cleaner, as well as the top. And so the idea was to do a open, well, I don't know how I'm going to show you guys this. I'll throw in a photo. But I was going to do that, but it was just a little hard to make it all clear underneath the hood. So I just went back to the stock style intake. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to show you right now. Kind of a cool thing I found. I just figured I'd boast about this. but a while ago I ordered a bunch of stuff from Scale Riders, and they had these really cool windshield visors made by Zoom On, and just another thing that I came across that was super cool. Here's all the info for them if you're interested, but I figured this would look pretty darn cool in the windshield of this Silverado. I'm not going to be able to mock it up perfectly without the dash in there, but where's the camera? There it is. So that's going to be the plan for that. It is going to kind of hide a lot of the detail on the interior, but given the vibe of this build, I think it'll be a cool addition. So just wanted to boast about that. I think that's a really cool piece. I picked it up not knowing what I would ever put it in. To me, something like that needs to be in like a cool 90s Civic, but I don't see myself building a 90s Civic anytime soon, so we're going to throw it into a 88 Silverado. So yeah, the last thing to do is final assembly. I'm being very cryptic, I know, but I guess I'll give you one hint on the final vision for this truck. So I've been saying it's a work truck, but it's going to be a very specific work truck. And the one hint I'm going to provide to you on that is it's not going to have the stock bed. Off camera, I've been doing a lot of design work, and I've completely designed and 3D printed a bed for it. And it's really going to be the main contributor to the character of this truck. It's really going to be setting the theme. And so that's what I'm going to be really excited to show you all, but we're keeping that under wraps. So right now, at the time of filming, we're a few days away from NNL West, which I'm hoping to have this build done for. We'll see. I'm getting close, but you never know with the build, right? So hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll have this at NNL West for anyone who's going to be there. And then after the show, I'll re-upload a video. Sorry, I will upload a video doing the final coverage of the build. And yeah, I guess since this is going to go up before NNL, if you're going to be there, I'll be there too. So I guess if you're interested, look for a tall guy, long hair, beard. I'll be wearing my shirt with my old logo on it, which I'll throw up here. But yeah, I would love to meet some guys, meet some people. And yeah, that's going to basically be it for the Silverado for now. So thanks all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.